Putting Makeup on the Fat Boy by Bild. Chapter 29. "That your boy, Fred Freak?" Danny called out to me. How ironic. I was used to it, but I expected Gleason would take off down the street and never look back. I went right up to Danny. "You put your hands on my sister again, and I'll break your neck." Danny got up from the bench and stood so close to me I could smell his foul liquored up breath. Then he spat at me. It had barely splattered against my face when I saw his fist coming at me. As I fell back, I grabbed his shirt. I started to punch at him, throwing out my fists wildly, just trying to reach his body. He smashed me between the eyes. I saw black spots, but I just kept swinging. Then his friend came at me. I smelled both of them. I felt something against my head like rocks. I closed my eyes, but I kept punching. It was like being thrown into the ocean. You just keep punching the water. Somewhere from what seemed like really far away, I heard Gleason's voice scream, "Stop! Stop!" And other people were yelling too. One of the two guys hit me so hard on the head, it felt like it had to be more than his fist, but I don't know. What I do know is that it hurt so much I started to sink. I lost my balance and started to fall in slow motion. My face hit the pavement and my leg twisted under me. It felt like it was broken. Then I felt someone pull my arm. It hurt so badly, but I couldn't pull back. Whoever it was let go of my arm and turned me over onto my back. I looked up at him. It was a cop. "You all right?" I couldn't say anything. It hurt too much. He put his hand under my head and lifted it off the ground. "Can you get up?" I still couldn't answer right away, but I could see another cop holding on to Danny and his friend. They both stared at me, looking like they were hoping the cops would disappear so we could pick up where we left off. Closer to where I was, Gleason was also staring at me. His hands were covering his nose and mouth, and his face was covered in blood. We looked at each other. I wanted to tell him I was sorry. It wasn't his fight. There was a small crowd standing there. The cop asked me again, "You think you can stand? Or should we call an ambulance?" "No," I heard myself say, but my ears were stopped up. "I can get up." The cop started to help me, and he said, "Somebody said these guys jumped you." I looked at Danny and his friend. A woman called out, "They did! You need me as a witness? You got it! Those boys were on their way out of the park, and then one of the kids said something to them, and before you know it, they was beating the living daylights out of them." "That true?" the cop said to me. I didn't say anything. "If they did, you gotta say something. If you want to fill out a report, we'll take all of you to the police station and you can fill out a report." I looked at Danny. He wasn't afraid of anything. He was still sneering. I thought about Rosalia's face and the bruises and the nights I'd heard her in her room crying. And Ma saying to me, "Either you do something or I will." Yeah, I told the cop, I want to do whatever I have to. They attacked me and my friend when we were leaving the park, and he also beat up my sister. I told Gleason he didn't have to come with me. He didn't have to get involved, but he wanted to. The police station was a few blocks away. I'd passed it a dozen times, but never thought I'd be inside. I don't know what will happen with it all. The cops said they couldn't do anything about Rosalia, and then they said from the story the guys told, it wasn't clear if we were attacked or if it was a fight because I was mad about what allegedly happened to my sister. To hear Danny tell it, Rosalia was mad because he broke up with her. He claimed she told me lies, and then me and Gleason attacked him and his friend because of what she'd said. But you know what? I'm glad I filled out the papers, and I'm glad Danny heard me tell the cops what he'd done to Rosalia, because he knows he can't bully our family and get away with it, because if it happens again, there will already be a record of it with the police. Seems to me that ought to mean something.